for the tide to ultimately be turned on COVID-19, we believe companies really need to come together, understand this virus and how we can go ahead and ideally create a vaccine to protect against it. And the effort you mentioned just now was a collaboration between over 700,000 people around the world. Sometimes citizen scientists, often researchers at leading universities and healthcare institutions. And what we did was we brought together some of the power of GitHub and enabling open data sets and an open source based model for doing collaborative research and development. And then we're also providing our Azure GPUs and our Azure cloud that can provide even more compute power to help researchers with simulations. That's just one example. We're certainly seeing that impact. And I think this past year has been a great one in particular for us, really driving that forward even more. Together, as Paul mentioned, we brought RHEL to Azure to kind of enable bring your own subscription payment options to Azure with RHEL. A bunch of updates to both manageability and security with some unique capabilities that we built together around Azure Red Hat OpenShift. And then finally, a bunch of work we've done around the performance tuning of Microsoft SQL Server capability that we're bringing to SQL on OpenShift. And in particular, I love to highlight the co-development work we've done on the SQL Server on Linux experience. Our engineering teams work side by side pretty much on everything from architecture reviews to performance testing, and most recently to enabling OpenShift support. And SQL Server on RHEL has shown tremendous performance enhancements. And we now together lead the 1 terabyte, 3 terabyte, and 30 terabyte TPCH benchmarks in the industry. And it's just been great partnering with the Red Hat team, who's really provided that helped us bootstrap some of the initial efforts and really helped us along that tuning. And the results really show when customers take advantage of it. And one great example would be XM, which is a major energy customer in Latin America. And they've told us that the application performance increased and their velocity doubled compared to the previous solution when using SQL Server on RHEL for their microservice deployment across the organization. And it's just been awesome to see so many customers like XM and others really taking advantage of this joint technology, and we're incredibly excited to continue partnering and pushing the boundaries even further together.
It's really great. We've come so far together in working hand in hand for our mutual customer success. We're also working together in so many areas, and I'm continually excited to hear our teams talking about new ways of collaborating. It's become so clear to me in the work that we've done over the last number of years that we really do have a common vision of technology. It's really exciting to see our customers starting to build true hybrid cloud solutions, which is vision that we've had together for some time. How do you see this evolving as we look into the future?
I think one of the things that's always made both Red Hat and Microsoft unique is that we really recognize that most of our customers not just want but need a hybrid strategy, and the ability to really extend and integrate their existing environments from both on-premises to the cloud. And Microsoft and Red Hat have been investing heavily on hybrid really from the beginning, as we want to meet and really help our customers where they're at. And we see the capabilities not just of things like RHEL and the Windows Server operating system as needing hybrid. So new capabilities like Kubernetes and how container orchestration works to kind of handle this sort of environments and really enabling new hybrid deployment models with integrated application DevOps support with data, all managed in a secure, compliant, policy-driven way. And I think what we've done together is really unique, both in terms of some of the things I already mentioned around RHEL and with SQL Server on Linux, but also in particular with the joint offering we have together, we call our Azure Red Hat OpenShift service. And that's something that we both jointly build. We run as a service. It's full OpenShift, so it's the same capabilities you'd run in your own set of environments or your own set of VMs. But this is a service that we offer that you can also take advantage of on Azure that provides kind of more of a managed service capability. And it's one that we jointly engineer. It's one that we jointly provide support for. And I think it's, again, a great example of how we're taking that forward for all of our customers. Obviously, in terms of the OpenShift capabilities, but also a number of features that our customers have been asking us for the managed service piece that we build, including things like private hybrid clusters, which allow our mutual customers to extend their on-premise solutions to Azure, managed by and Microsoft and Red Hat, private keys, and a whole bunch of other great capabilities that you can now take advantage of. The next that we're also doing is announcement today is, as I mentioned, we previously GA'd SQL Server 2019 on RHEL 8 Azure images earlier this year. And now we support SQL Server on OpenShift, which again enables that hybrid and multi-cloud deployment. One of the things as I mentioned a little bit earlier, is we're now bringing our SQL Server 2019 and big data cluster support to provide really a comprehensive unified analytics solution that again can run on-prem and can run in the cloud in Azure, fully integrated with Red Hat on OpenShift 4. And I think that's also going to enable some really exciting new scenarios. And obviously, when you think about hybrid's not just about infrastructure. It really needs to move all the way up the application stack, including the data. And I think between our partnership, we really have some unique things that we're doing. And then I think, the part that I think is some of the biggest exciting news that I'm excited about today is, not just how are we providing an environment where you can do container orchestration and you can do VMs and you can do data, but how do you even think more broadly in terms of how you manage a hybrid environment end to end? And for a while now, we've been hearing from our customers that they want to be able to use a single pane of glass and take advantage of these sort of cloud era scale economies and scale services that we provide in Azure across their environments. So not just our data centers, but also within their own as well. And with our Azure Arc capability, we now enable our customers to manage OpenShift clusters and RHEL servers running anywhere using our Azure Resource Manager. And what that means is that you can now use a single pane of glass to manage your VMs, manage your Kubernetes clusters, manage your databases, again, and stand those up and apply policy and security, inventory tagging, searching at scale, fully integrated across the Red Hat and OpenShift capabilities and across Azure. And, I think this is something that we really think structure, but also moving up that stack, including our Azure data services like our SQL database service and our Postgres SQL service as well, which through Azure Arc, we're actually going to enable you to deploy anywhere. So including onto your OpenShift environment inside your existing data centers and manage with a single pane of glass integrated end to end across the two companies. And I think we've got a great video that we can show of a demo that really highlights this Azure Arc with OpenShift integration in action. So maybe we can go ahead and show the demo.
Many of us are now working under the most challenging circumstances we've ever experienced. IT departments are scrambling to quickly enable developers to work from home while ensuring security and compliance across these new environments. We'd like to show how Red Hat and Microsoft can help Northwind IT meet the challenge. Northwind needs to quickly onboard dev environments from many locations. Manually configuring each environment correctly will be a huge time sink. Azure Arc extends the same tools the team is using to manage Azure Kubernetes clusters to clusters running anywhere through a single pane of glass. Here's one of our dev clusters. This isn't running on Azure, but Azure Arc lets us use the same tools to manage apps, data, and config as if it were cloud infrastructure. Connecting a new cluster is as easy as running a command line tool. Now that our cluster is registered with Azure, we can see it in the portal. Its configuration is automatically applied and the environment is ready to use. With zero-touch configuration, I didn't need IT's help at all. It literally couldn't be any easier. Every app needs a database, and Azure Arc for Data Services deploys SQL or Postgres to any Kubernetes cluster. The tight integration between data services and OpenShift gives me a seamless and supported environment. Beyond creating a database, Azure Data Services unlocks cloud-based management as a whole. IT can see my SQL instances in the portal and can rest assured automatically applied. Metrics for my databases are pushed to the cloud, making monitoring and troubleshooting a breeze. And since auto-updates are turned on, IT also knows that the database is always up to date. The Northwind Dev OpenShift cluster is running on RHEL servers. Azure Arc also provides server-based management, enabling the same powerful capabilities of single-pane security and configuration. No matter where environments are running, Azure Arc helps Northwind IT audit governance and compliance from one interface. With OpenShift, RHEL, and Azure Arc, IT can confidently manage a rapidly shifting landscape, while developers focus on what they do best, assured that their environments are secure and compliant.
These examples are exactly what I meant when I mentioned the range of areas that we're working on. I mean, just over the years, a huge range of areas. It's become so clear to me how many common customers we have and how we're creating more ways to offer open source to impact positive change here.
I think years you've seen Microsoft unique is that we're both the largest contributors to enable technology to be used everywhere and really enable an amazing collaborative development in the Open Innovation Network to help protect Linux and other open source projects from patent risk. And this allows us to do even more with key open source partners like Red Hat and others to protect these critical workloads and innovations. And we expect to be making a tremendous amount of progress over the next couple of years as we really advance open source broadly in the world and make sure it's something that every customer out there fully takes advantage of.
It's great. We've worked so well together. We've got so much more we can do together to bring open source innovation to our common set of customers. I really look forward, as I do every year, to the next step in our journey on this. Thank you so much for your time again today, Scott. It's been great and very insightful. Thanks again, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks so much for having me, and